a world filled with mystery, intrigue, and lots of drama. And if you want to know a little bit about that drama, you're in the right place. Welcome to What's Happening Africa with Tanya. Today we're going to start with Togo and Benin, where fuel prices are skyrocketing and shortages are starting to creep up. According to KPMG Nigeria, the subsidies that President Ahmed Tinubu brought in are causing this price increase and shortage. Nigerian financial consulting firms have confirmed that the price has actually doubled. And the research shows that this might be because of the huge amount of fuel and petrol that was being trafficked illegally to these countries from Nigeria. So ever since the president introduced these subsidies, the trafficking has reduced, causing these shortages. Moving to Senegal, fortunately, things are finally starting to return to normal, but unfortunately, this is after 16 fatalities and hundreds of people being imprisoned. During these violent protests, the authorities actually cut off mobile data usage and Wi-Fi, which sounds also familiar to similar African countries. Ousmane Sonko was cleared of rape accusation recently, but now has been recharged for polluting the youth because he is a well-liked member amongst the youth. The protesters are stating that this is actually politically driven, as he is set to be going against the current president in the next election. Once again, a Rwandan genocide suspect is in our radar and in the news, but this time he is unfit for trial. Felician Kabunga spent 26 years on the run, eluding the charges and traveling across the continent, only to be captured in France in 2020. But recently, he's actually gone under further investigation in regards to his health, which turned out that he is suffering from dementia. And because of this, the UN court has declared that he is unfit for trial. The 88-year-old was accused of being a prominent financier for the genocide in 1994. But because of his dementia, the UN court is stating that he is not suitable and incapable of testifying completely honestly and well in court. A conviction may actually not be possible. So after all this running, this is what it has led to. Whilst in other news, the Portuguese president is visiting the nation, a lot of drama is stirring up in the South African media. There have been 2 recorded deaths of investigators in South Africa in the past month. South African police have confirmed the death of Brigadier Makulisi, one of the lead investigators in the W.H.A.T case, and the death of Claude Murray, a South African accountant who was investigating high-level corruption cases. Brigadier apparently died of suicide, whilst Claude Murray was unfortunately shot with his son. Both of these cases are being investigated by police, with Brigadier's case being the most recent. Brigadier Makulisi was a prominent investigator and researcher in the W.H.A.T case, which rocked the nation a couple of months ago. W.H.A.T is a rapist and murderer who escaped and managed to evade the police with his girlfriend Nandipa, both of which are now finally appearing in court. After Brigadier testified, he was found suddenly dead in his car due to suicide, which the police are still investigating. On the other hand, Claude Murray was a liquidator for the Bosasa company, which was implicated in numerous government contract scandals. He also worked as a liquidator for the wealthy Gupta brothers and has been involved in a lot of cases recently involving corruption. On a more lighter note, if anyone watches Britain's Got Talent, you should know the Ghetto Kids. The Ugandan dance group Ghetto Kids thanked their supporters after all the support that they got internationally. Unfortunately, they could not make it to the finals, but they did manage to find a way into all of our hearts. The 6 kids, who ranged in age from 6 to 13, were abandoned by their guardian, unfortunately, but were taken care of by Dauda Kavuma, who turned into their manager. The kids actually broke the record by being one of the first performances to receive a golden buzzer before even completing their performance. I, for one, salute them and wish them all the best in their future. On the topic of entertainment, Burna Boy has broken records with selling out in the UK this past weekend. Over 60,000 fans sang his lyrics out loud in a stadium, and I was so jealous because I wish I was there. He has made history by being the first African artist to sell out a stadium in the UK. The Grammy Award-winning star actually brought through a few of his friends and popular celebrities such as Stormzy to the stage, which entertained all those 60,000 fans and literally left them talking and asking for more. Moving back to Africa, Kenya has actually released a financial bill which will potentially charge content creators. Yes, all the Instagrammers, YouTubers, social media influencers will probably be taxed up to 15%. Eric Omnondi, a popular Kenyan comedian, has led the content creators and stated publicly, "Do not attempt, do not think, do not try to tax youth, and especially online media. Do not tax content creators because you did not create them. You did not support them. You don't know who they are. You don't know their struggles. You have never talked to them. You have never called them. You've never supported them. You want to tax them? That is theft." And I, for one, agree with that, because as a fellow content creator, it takes a lot of finding and figuring things out to produce just the smallest bit of content. Now imagine being taxed for that. I don't think it's a good idea, but that's my opinion. And by popular demand, we're drifting a little bit into the sports category. Although I'm not going to talk about Manchester United, I'm going to tell you about Faith Kepiegon, who I hope I'm saying her name right. Faith Kepiegon set the women's 1,500 meters world record, clocking 3 minutes 49 seconds and 11 milliseconds, which I can personally state is so hard and nearly impossible because I used to run 1.5. Although I don't run it anymore now, I know for one that is an amazing feat.
Faith Kepiegon, the Olympic champion, a world champion. She's done both of those things twice before, but she's never broken the world record. It's an incredible world record. She's looking a little bit tired now, but she's left the lights behind, and she needs to. Faith Kepiegon charging to the line. Is it going to be a world record? Yes, it is! She smashed it!
The Kenyan athlete is the winner of the last 2 1,500 golds and the 2017 and 2022 world titles. And she has actually beaten the previous record, which was set by Ethiopia's Genzebe Dibaba. That is it for today. Short, precise, and to the point. And I hope you enjoyed it a little bit more. Please continue to send in your requests, your comments in the comment section. And thank you so much for watching. See you next time on What's Happening Africa with Tanya.